Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is Josh Thomas here, and I'm going to do a little day one of Nintendo's E3 2016 wrap-up video. So this is just going to be a video where I very casually sit back and chat with you guys. I'm probably not going to splice in any footage or screenshots or anything. This is just going to be like a fun little casual sit back, and we're going to talk about what went on today for Nintendo's E3. Feel free to leave a comment below and let me know what you guys liked, what you didn't like, and all that stuff, you know, what you thought of it. And yeah. Alright, so let's start off by talking about The Legend of Zelda, the Breath of the Wild. And yes, I did actually have to look at my other monitor over there, because I can't remember the name of this game. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. I can't remember Breath of the Wild. Like, I'm sure I'll get used to it eventually, but I can't remember this game's name for the life of me. This might surprise you, but I have no complaints really about this game. That's not totally true. There are a couple complaints, but this game nailed it. I think Nintendo basically hit it out of the park with this game. They delivered big time on their promise that this is going to be a Zelda game that feels new and different, and it's going to be breaking all the conventions of what Zelda has been known for. I think they're absolutely doing that, and it excites the bejesuses out of me. It's funny because I haven't been paying a lot of attention to social media a lot lately, and it's made me very happy, by the way. I'm like way happier now that I don't really even pay too much attention to social media. And so what I'm getting at is I didn't really know what people thought of the game. Like, I loved this game from the moment I saw it, and I loved how it's this massive world that you get to casually explore, and you can just waste time messing around with things for hours. And I thought, I really like this game. That probably means everybody else hates it. But to my surprise, I peeked on social media, and it turns out like most people love this game. So for once, my thoughts and feelings are actually in sync with the rest of the world. So that's a very strange bit of harmony going on there. Okay, let's go over the things that I love about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and some of the things that I don't love. There's only a couple things that I don't love. We'll get to those after the good things. So visually, this looks great. I love the way this looks. Link's face is a little derpy. I'm not sure how I feel about Link's face just yet. But when I play the game myself and I get a good look at his face, then I'll be able to determine. But just from the stuff that I've seen, I don't know, his face is not my favorite Link face. I will say that. What a weird sentence that is. But other than that, like, I love the fact that you can change his clothes and have different, there's just so much customization as far as, like, you know, you can change his clothes, you can get different types of weapons, like a stick or a branch or, you know, different types of swords. I really like, it's not customization to where it's ripping the soul out of Link and he's not Link anymore. It's enough customization to make me feel like there's a lot of fun stuff to play around with, but not so much that I feel like they went overboard and it's no longer Link and it's too crazy. So that's really cool. I noticed they changed the menu system completely in this game, and I thought that was really exciting and cool. It seems like there's just a lot more stuff going on with the menu. I like how this has, like, well, I've seen this in Zelda games before, but I really like how, you know, the time of day changes. And in the little mini-map in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, I noticed it actually shows you what time it is. So it's like, oh, it's 5:30 in the morning. Oh, it's 9 o'clock at night and all that. So I think that's neat. I am just going to spend so much time in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I got it right. Doing nothing. Just exploring. And I noticed on one of Nintendo's streams, they actually, Mr. Bill Trinan, who I'm a huge fan of, by the way, I love that guy, he was just messing around gathering explosive barrels and trying to, like, cause a chain reaction from a fire. That's the type of stuff I want to see. That's the type of stuff I want to do, and I am so excited to do that. So yeah, just messing around looks like it's going to be a blast. I also love the music. The audio design in this, I think, is fantastic. So the music we heard in the trailer I thought was great. Very quickly, well, no, I'll touch on that after this. I was going to say voice acting, but we'll talk about that after the music. So what we heard in the trailer, I loved. Really great. Sounded authentic. Had some emotion to it. Just great. Great stuff. But I also love how when you play this game, you actually don't hear an overworld song playing. There doesn't seem to be overworld music. And in fact, they mentioned that on the Treehouse Live. I actually really like that. it's like you get a chance to really appreciate all the little subtle sound effects that are happening around you. And I think that's really going to help you feel very immersed in the environment. It gives it like this peaceful feeling. I can't wait till I'm playing and there's like a thunderstorm going on, maybe. Maybe that happens. There is footage that shows like a thunderstorm. If it can just randomly start storming in the like field, oh my God, the sound of the rain and the thunder. I love the sound of the birds and the sound of the breeze, and I think that is something that's really great, and I'm very appreciative and happy that they took the risk of saying, we're not going to have that overworld music, but instead we're going to focus on, like, sound effects. I'm sure I definitely want music in the game, obviously, don't get me wrong, but I want it in, like, boss battles or to add, mood to a dungeon or a temple, but in the overworld, I think it's really cool to not have music playing. Next up, like I said, voice acting. We heard a little bit of it. There seems to be like a narrator of some sort. I guess it's like a spirit talking to you. And that sounded really good so far. Everything that I've heard, it sounds like it's very well done. And so, yeah. It's a British accent, it is. Chips and biscuits. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No, but yeah, it sounds good. I mean, I don't know, like, it seems like the other characters didn't talk. Like, I don't know if that's the only voice acting in this game, or if we'll hear more characters talking through the game. I don't know, but what we've heard so far, it's good, and I want to hear more voice acting in this game. I think it makes it seem like a modern Zelda. It's kind of Nintendo getting with the times. I think it works really well, and a lot of people are like, I don't want voice acting, no. But it's like, why not? It helps you tell the story. It helps you get to know characters. And they automatically say, I don't want crappy voice acting in Zelda games. Why are you defaulting to it being crappy? Voice acting can be great. And what we've heard so far sounded great to me. So, yeah. Very happy about that, and I hope you hear a lot more. I think I read that Nintendo actually took a lot of stuff out related to the stories for the demo, so I think you would see a lot more characters walking around in the overworld, but they removed them because they didn't want you to know the story, which brings me to my next thing. Slight complaint, not really a complaint. We've been waiting forever for this game, and it's very strange how this is finally us getting to see it and people are playing it and it's really exposed to the public, but it's really not. I mean, they're hiding a lot of stuff about this game still, and it comes out in less than a year, which I think is weird, right? I mean, they're not telling us anything about the story, which is strange. I thought we would get to know what's going on here, what's the story all about, and the trailer didn't tell us any of that. The treehouse stuff didn't tell us any of that. I think back to like Skyward Sword's reveal and even like Twilight Princess, when we knew that it was called Twilight Princess. They definitely give us a story to go on. Here they're not telling us pretty much any of the story, which is strange to me. I'm sure it's there. I doubt this game is like light on the story, but it's just weird to me that they're not revealing that yet, and the game comes out in less than a year. So we'll see. Maybe we'll learn about the story this fall when they give us that big Nintendo NX event. So yeah. Little weirded out by the fact that these demos on the show floor too have no dungeons. They don't seem to have any boss battles. It just seems like we brought the game with us, explore this chunk of the overworld map, and that's all we're going to let you do for now. So strange to me that they haven't really pulled back the cloak from what this game is all about, and it comes out in less than a year. I don't really know what that's about, but yeah. And that overworld map, by the way, is huge. Like, just in the demo they're showing off, it looks huge. And they mentioned, like, it's so many times bigger than Twilight Princess's map, and Jesus, that's, like, amazing. So, this game looks fantastic, sounds fantastic, it seems like it plays fantastic, and oh my gosh, I'm very excited about this. This is great. And like I said, Nintendo hit it out of the park with this one for me. Link's face looks a little burp, 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 burp. And I wish the demo had more. Oh, so there is one thing I do want to complain about. Don't worry, it wouldn't be Joshy if there wasn't a little complaining. Those shrines in this game, apparently there's like 100 shrines that you can go into, and they're like a little mini temple or something. I think those look ugly. I think visually they look kind of dated and bland. They look like they were automatically generated, and it seems like it's just this very dense little challenge mode thing going on. And I don't really find them that appealing, to be honest with you. It might just be because Right now, I'm sort of looking at them as being the game's dungeons, which is not the case, I'm assuming. But based on what they're showing us, to be like, we're not going to show you the dungeons, but look at this little challenge mode side quest thing we got with these shrines. I think that was a little bit of a weird decision. Like I said, I think the shrines are kind of, they all seem to look alike. They've all got this like grayish blue atmosphere. So the shrines are the only thing that I was like, like on the ground, they're just repeating the same boring tile. And like I said, they just kind of come across to me as being automatically generated. And maybe that's the point. Like I said, these could just be these little side extra things. But yeah, I mean, I think, a little boring. I wish we would have seen a dungeon instead. But maybe when I get the game, they'll be cool. I don't know. They just look kind of boring to me. So that is everything I want to say about Zelda. This is already at like 10 minutes, and I've only talked about Zelda. Then again, that's pretty much all there is to talk about. But that's not totally true, because we did get an announcement that there are some new Amiibo coming. We've got 3 Amiibo for the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. How can I not remember that name? It's embarrassing. Something about my brain does not want to register that as being the name of this game. So we got Breath of the Wild Amiibo coming. One of them is Link on a horse, and it's got that stupid plastic part holding the horse up. Epona, I should say. I like the Amiibo, but I hate that extra piece of plastic. I really hate that stuff. Another one is of one of the Guardians, I believe. The big, weird, squiddy, spider-looking bad guys. That thing looks amazing. That's going to have to come in like a bigger package, because its arms, its tentacle leg things, can be moved. Like, it's going to be the first Amiibo that you can actually bend and change the pose of. And I think that is super cool. I definitely want that Amiibo of the Guardian. And I bet that one's going to be more expensive, by the way. Like, I hope Nintendo's not crazy and charging us $30 for that. Like, at most, charge us $19.99 for that one. I get it, it's a little bigger and you can bend the arms. I'll pay a little bit more. But any more than $20, and Nintendo's getting really greedy with that one. And then there's just another Amiibo of Link with his crazy futuristic bow and arrow thing, and so that one looks pretty cool too. So yeah, new Amiibo for that game. Look cool. I really want the Guardian one. The one where Link's on Epona, I couldn't care less about. But then the other Amiibo that they announced there are some more Super Mario Amiibo, which I think look cool. Fun fact, I think there's one over here. Yeah. So I actually got rid of most of my Smash Brothers Amiibo, but I do have all of the Super Mario Amiibo because I actually like these more. I don't know why. I just think they're cooler to collect and have like on a shelf. And I'm really excited about the new Super Mario Amiibo. I don't know if I'll get all of them, maybe eventually. I'm not really that into Amiibo so much anymore, but Wario, Waluigi, Daisy, Princess Rosalina, and Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong, those all look really cool. Diddy Kong's amazing because he's on like a little barrel. I think that's cool. The Boo, they're bringing a Boo Amiibo, and he glows in the dark. Actually, I think Boo is supposed to be a girl, right? Because her Japanese name is Teresa. I don't know. But Boo's, I guess, could be male or female. Boo's glow in the dark. The Boo Amiibo glows in the dark. I mean, that's amazing. Cool little attention to detail. I'm very excited about that. I'm going to get a lot of Boos and put them on like a shelf and let them glow in the dark and stare at me at night, which is going to be very exciting. What the heck was that noise? I don't even know. I heard like some weird horn noise. What is happening? Maybe my brain is just melting. And then there's Kirby Amiibo. We already knew about those. Some of those look cute. Some of them look stupid. I have no interest in the Kirby Amiibo, to be honest with you. Kirby on the Star looks cool. Maybe I'll get that one if I can find it cheap. And then tomorrow, this is the way I want to end it, actually. So that's kind of my recap of everything that happened today. Nintendo's booth for The Legend of Zelda looks amazing. There's even like little animatronic. They have like the thing that Link cooks in. His like cooking thing. I don't know what the hell you'd call it. It's like a pot. And there's a fire underneath it. And they actually have little mechanical things moving the food inside of it to make it look like it's cooking. And it looks like a little tiny preview of what a Nintendo theme park could be like. Check out their booth. It looks amazing. You can see pictures online. I'm really, really proud of them with that job. That looks fantastic. Almost makes me wish I went, but I'll just go and live at Nintendo at Universal in like a few years. So, yeah. So that's everything today. And by the way, very happy Link is still a guy. Very happy that there's not even like Mr. Anuma confirmed that no, Link is going to be male in this game. They thought about giving you the opportunity to play as Zelda, but then what would Link do? So I'm just really happy they didn't succumb to the pressures of social justice warriors these days. Stayed true to what the game should be. Link is a dude. He's got a nice, healthy penis. Thumbs up to that. Having more characters playable would be cool. Have some, female characters playable and stuff. I don't know. Hyrule Warriors has tons of girl characters playable. They're all awesome. You can get your fix of playing as female Zelda characters in the spin-offs, I feel. But yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to point out. Really happy that Link is, what he should be. And then finally, I do want to mention tomorrow, I'm really excited because they announced that Paper Mario Color Splash is going to be streamed tomorrow, which I'm very excited about because I'm hoping they show us something we haven't seen yet with that game. If they just show us the beginning area that we already saw in the trailer and just show us some basic battling, that's going to be kind of a letdown. But if they show us something cool and new and start to get us excited about that game, that could be pretty great. So hopefully that's what they do. I have a feeling they're just going to show us very basic stuff in Color Splash. Here's the town you start in. Here's the battle. Here's how battle works. Okay, now on to some Japanese anime game. Hoping that doesn't work. A little bit of feeling that might be what happens. So we'll see. But then I also wanted to point out that Paper Mario... Why do I keep saying Paper Mario? Mario Party Star Rush. I have to look over at my notes over there because I can't remember these names yet. They're not burnt into my mind yet. But Mario Party Star Rush is going to be, it was announced today, and it's going to be shown a demo tomorrow on the Treehouse Live segments. And I'm excited to see what the heck that is. Just throwing a random Mario Party for the Nintendo 3DS at us out of nowhere? I guess that's kind of the point of E3, but we didn't expect it because, Nintendo was pretty key on saying they're only showing Zelda. But that could be really cool. I mean, I always get excited about a new Mario Party, and then, obviously most of the new ones always end up being crappy. I have not enjoyed a Mario Party game since Mario Party 8, and that was in 2007, I believe. So it's been almost 10 years since I've enjoyed a Mario Party game. So hopefully this one can be cool. The name Star Rush implies that you're going to be rushing to get stars. One of the things we do know is that every player doesn't have to wait for each other to roll. You roll, and you don't have to wait your turn. That could be interesting, but it could also be really terrible because it could make you feel like you're playing with yourself and not playing with a group of people. So, you got to make sure that we know what the other players are doing, and you have to make sure that you feel engaged with the other players because it's a party game. So we'll see how that goes. But it's definitely something I've thought about. What if everybody rolled at the same time? So I'm really curious to know what they're going to do to pull that off, because it's a little bit of a tricky thing. You can't just throw that out there. You have to do a lot of work and make that actually work. So I'm excited to see that live streamed. We'll see. At least, look, you're not in a car with everybody, so that's a positive thing. Although you weren't in Mario Party Island Tour, you moved separately in that game on the 3DS, and that game still sucked as well, and the problem was because the game boards were very linear. It was just basically a straight line. And the fact that this is called Star Rush makes me think that it's probably going to be a very linear path as well, because if you're rushing to get a star, you're probably not going to want to take little detours and things along the way. But maybe stars will be polluted everywhere on a game board, and you're just rushing to get them or something. I don't know. It's all speculation, but we'll see. Overall, not one of Nintendo's best E3s, because there's not a ton of surprises, and it's all just basically focused on one game. But I think all things considered, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is actually delivering. It looks cool. Even though it is kind of a minimal demo, which is weird, but oh man, it looks great. I love it. The new Amiibo, I'm not going to get all of them, but there's a select few that I'll probably get, and they look cool. I'm excited to see what tomorrow is going to be all about. So yeah, I'm sure I probably forgot something I wanted to mention, but I'm going to wrap this up because it's almost 20 minutes. Keep it locked right here to the Bit Block for a lot more coverage. I apologize that there have been so many reaction videos, but it's E3 time, so that's kind of what you should expect. Once E3 is gone, there will be much more clever, heartfelt videos going on, but hopefully the reaction videos are still entertaining to you guys, and judging from the views, you seem to like them, so yeah. But after E3, we'll get back to The Fold, Joshy's Junk, which is a new video segment, and, typical kinds of coverage. I'll probably do a lot of coverage still on Zelda, even after E3, but, yeah, we'll see. All right, guys, See, I should do voice acting in Zelda. I'm really good at talking. Be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with, man, I really want to see what this Mario Party and Paper Mario are going to be like. So yeah, bye-bye.